This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're going to check out the GRIP6 Ninja wallet with loop and money band, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So we should start by saying that the wallet you see in front of you, there actually are 2 add-ons. You do not have to get the loop right here, and you don't have to get the cash band. And we're going to go over both of those. I just wanted to start with that. So if you're thinking about buying a wallet and you don't understand why those are there, maybe that is why it looks different than you're seeing on their website. So as you can see, we have an aluminum shell here. So I do like the kind of textured look that they add to it. It is kind of prone to picking up smudges and stuff like that, especially if you're like, I don't know, after you eat or cooking or something like that, if you're at a food truck or something and then you eat and you wipe off your hands just like that napkin, you might get some smudges on there, but also very, very easy to clean. So if you're someone who will clean it, it's a good thing, but if you're someone who's never going to clean it, it's going to be smudgy. It doesn't really bother me, but it might bother you. As you can see on the bottom corner here, we have USA made, so they do make these in the United States, which is something that might appeal to you. It's not super common anymore, so it's nice to see that happening for these wallets. But the aluminum does offer natural RFID protection, so you're getting RFID protection for your ID, your wallet, or your cards and stuff like that. So as long as they're in here, you're going to be getting protection from that. So that is a nice thing about the materials that they used. The loop, as I said, is like you can add it on. You do not have to get the loop, and it doesn't really have a primary function for me, that at least that I've been able to tell. I always want to think that I'll be able to fan the cards out with it, but you can't. But it is very comfortable to like hold on to it like this, or like spin on your finger like a fidget. Like I found myself doing this a ton while I was testing the wallet. But it feels very comfortable, but it does add probably a tiny bit of weight, but mostly to the footprint. So it is just a lot bigger to fit inside your pocket or wherever you're going to be putting it. So when it comes to functionality, this little portion down here, this little lever, you click that and the cards fan out. I don't want to hit it too hard because they will kind of shoot out. So I'll put my hand there and it just kind of pops the cards out like that. So you can see McLovin just hanging out there. So that's how you get the cards out. You could just kind of yank them out, but that's not really advised because I don't know, it's just not as easy as just pushing that button and then all the cards come out. So you can fit 5 to 6 cards in here. You might be able to fit 7 if you have thinner cards, but the metal ones especially are a bit thicker. So I do like this design, but it is a little bit hard to get exactly what you want. Like say you want this card in the middle, you got to kind of fish it out of there and pull it out and then put it back. And this is the only place for card storage, so it's not like you have like a special slot where you can stow cards you're going to be using frequently. But if you only have a few cards, I think it is a very cool design, and it's very fun as well and just unique. And if you don't have the loop, it is pretty skinny, so it will fit in most pants pockets. So it's just something that works pretty well if you only have a few cards. And another addition that you can add onto here is the money band. As you can see, I tried to get it as straight as possible because you add it on yourself, it just comes separate. And mine is just a tiny bit off. It doesn't bother me personally, but I can definitely understand how that might bother some people. So it's why you have to do it yourself. So you can probably do it better than I did. I did try to make it straight, I promise, but that's something you do have to do yourself. I think it is constructed pretty well. It adds $20 onto the wallet, which feels like a little bit much for what it is, but it does work well. And if you especially like the wallet and you just want to add a money band, and you're already paying that much anyways, I think it is worth it because you can, stow cash, have a bunch of folded cash inside of here, especially if you're traveling somewhere to a place where cash is king. There are a lot of places where, most places it is, but where they don't always accept card. It's nice to be able to carry some cash with you, especially if you're going to be going to street markets and stuff like that. And it feels pretty durable. Nice like little leather face there and the GRIP6 logo on it. So pretty happy with it. It does obviously add a little bit of width to the wallet, but it's not a very bulky wallet, except for maybe if you do add the loop. So pretty happy with how it's performed, very durable, and that added RFID protection is worth noting. If you've been finding this video helpful, make sure you throw a like on the video, drop a comment down below about whether you'd add on these attachments or not, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. So when it comes to size, the only time the loop bothered me was when I was wearing pants that had smaller pockets or when I was trying to stow it in a very small sling. So I have a very small sling I always take to, I have season tickets to our local soccer team, and I always take the same very small sling. And I just happened to be testing a few items that were a little bit bigger and just fitting all of it in there. And then this just really, it just was like hitting the zipper perfectly to where it like didn't want to close the zipper. And that's not really the wallet's fault because I'm trying to stow it somewhere that's too small for it. But that's really the only time that I had a problem with it was, pockets that were a little bit tighter and then a small sling. So you can also get it without the loop, obviously, but I do think it is very fun to play with, and just people are always like, what's that? You could also like attach it into things inside of your sling or your bag, whatever, like a key clip or something like that. You could probably attach it on there, just give it a little extra security. You also know where it is. So pretty minimalistic, but the loop does add a little bit. I feel like I've talked about it enough now, but you can see that it really does add some volume. So a wallet that really looks nothing like this wallet and doesn't really perform like it at all, but is very similar in design, is the Nomadic wallet. So as you can see, these two look nothing alike, but at their simplest level, they're very similar. They have a spot to stow your cards. You can use the little tab here to pull the cards out. And then you also have, obviously, if you add on the money band here, you can also, this one comes with a space for your money as well. So they're very similar, but obviously the GRIP6 is much more durable and you get the added RFID protection. So those are the two biggest things for me personally and the differences between these two wallets. Obviously you also have USA made, which is worth noting, but the RFID protection and this thing is durable as heck. Whereas the elastic on this, it's gonna stretch out over time and it's just not nearly as durable and you don't get that RFID protection. But if you see me slide the cards out over here, you can fit quite a few more cards inside of the Nomadic wallet. So I'll stick these ones inside of here. You can fit up to like 14 cards in here, maybe a few more if you have thinner cards, but you can pull out the cards like that. And I do like this, it's not nearly as fun, but I think it is more practical to pull out the cards like that. And you also have a place where you can stow cards that you care about more too. You can put on this side over here, so that way it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave my ID over here and I'm gonna put the rest of the cards over here. And so when I pull those out, I can get this card out of here. So that is kind of a nice feature. And then you also have the slot here that you can stow money inside. So it does have a few more features, but again, it's not as durable. And you also don't get the added RFID protection. I think it is worth noting the price. So I believe this is $20, which is the same price as just the money band for this wallet. And I did the math, let me check my notes here. You can buy 5.95 Nomadic wallets for what it's gonna cost you to get this wallet. So yes, more durable, yes, added RFID protection, but you could buy go through quite a few of these before you even get to going through one of these. Just a question of durability and what you like from your wallet. So there you have it, the GRIP6 Ninja wallet. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.